The Council of Unified Worlds had done everything right. Every textbook had been sanitized, every archive purged, every monument dismantled. For 3 centuries, they had systematically erased the name humanity from galactic memory. To the younger generations, Earth was just another dead world, a cautionary tale about primitive species that destroy themselves before reaching the stars. Archon Veltar adjusted her neural crown as she reviewed the final historical revision. The D chapter on the Terran Wars now read simply, "A minor conflict resolved through diplomatic intervention. No mention of the billions lost. No record of humanity's impossible victories against overwhelming odds. No trace of the species that had once made the entire galaxy tremble." "The work is complete," she announced to the assembled council. Representatives from 47 species nodded in approval. The Zephyrians' crystalline forms chimed in harmony, while the bulbous Gorathians pulsed with satisfied bioluminescence. History has been corrected. But history, as humanity had always known, was written by the survivors, not necessarily the victors. In the deep void beyond the Kepler expanse, where space itself seemed to hold its breath, something stirred. The derelict station designated X7739 on obsolete star charts flickered to life. Ancient fusion cores, dormant for 300 years, began their slow awakening. Emergency lighting cast long shadows down corridors that had known only darkness since the Exodus. Captain Sarah Chen's eyes opened first. The stasis pod's neural interface fed information directly into her consciousness. Ship status, crew vitals, galactic positioning. All systems nominal, though the chronometer made her stomach drop. 312 years. Longer than they'd hoped, but within acceptable parameters. One by one, the crew of the UES Defiance emerged from their crystalline tombs. Engineers, soldiers, scientists, diplomats, the best humanity had to offer, preserved like seeds in winter soil. They had been the contingency plan, the ace hidden in humanity's sleeve when defeat became inevitable. "Status report," Chen ordered, her voice rough from centuries of disuse. The bridge crew moved with practiced efficiency despite the temporal displacement. These were veterans of the Terran Wars, survivors who had watched their species scattered to the galactic winds. Lieutenant Commander Torres's fingers danced across tactical displays that flickered with decades of accumulated sensor data. Long range. Scanners are picking up significant changes in galactic political structure. The coalition fell apart 2 centuries ago. Something called the Council of Unified Worlds has taken its place. Chen nodded grimly. Political upheavals were expected. What mattered was the mission. "And our sleeper agents?" Torres smiled, the first genuine smile any human had worn in 3 centuries. "Embedded and active across 47 worlds. They've been busy, Captain." The truth was simpler than the Council imagined. You couldn't erase a species that had spent millennia learning to hide in plain sight. While they burned books and deleted databases, humanity's children walked among them, genetically modified, to blend with alien physiology, culturally programmed to become invisible within their host societies. Dr. Marcus Webb had spent 200 years as a respected Andromedan historian on New Centauri. His blue-scaled exterior masked DNA that carried the memories of Earth's libraries. Professor Elena Vasquez taught xenobiology on Kepler 442b, her compound eyes hiding neural implants that preserved human tactical doctrine. Captain James Morrison commanded a Galactic Trade Federation merchant vessel, mapping hyperspace routes while secretly charting defensive positions. They were janitors and judges, merchants and military advisors, scientists and scholars. They had children who didn't know their true heritage, who would never know unless the activation codes were broadcast. For 3 centuries they had lived, loved, and died as aliens while carrying humanity's flame in their hearts. The activation came not as a signal, but as a whisper, quantum entanglement frequencies that touched every sleeper cell simultaneously. In 47 star systems, humans opened their eyes and remembered who they truly were. On Proxima Centauri III, A maintenance worker named David Kim stopped mid-repair of a defensive satellite. His hands moved with sudden purpose, overriding security protocols and uploading viral code that had waited 3 centuries for deployment. In the core worlds, Admiral Jessica Park of the Terran Defense Force, publicly known as Admiral Jess of the Zephyrian Fleet, quietly redirected 3 battle groups to defensive positions around strategically critical worlds. On the capital world of New Galatea, Dr. Robert Chen finished his lecture on extinct civilizations and walked calmly to the quantum communication array. His message was brief. The sleepers wake, humanity endures. Begin Phase 2. The Council's first indication that something was wrong came when their defense network started reporting system failures. Ships were losing navigation. Communication arrays were broadcasting strange signals. Most disturbing of all, someone was accessing the restricted historical archives, the real ones they thought were destroyed. Archon Veltar's calm shattered when her aide, a loyal Terran-descended being she had trusted for decades, removed his biomask to reveal distinctly human features. "Hello, Archon," Agent Michael Santos said calmly. "I believe we need to talk." Across the galaxy, similar scenes played out. Council members discovered their most trusted advisors were human. Military commanders found their fleets commanded by the very species they thought extinct. The economic systems that kept the galaxy stable were managed by humans who had spent centuries learning every weakness, every dependency, every critical failure point. The revelation came not as conquest, but as quiet, undeniable truth. Humanity had never left. They had simply been patient. Captain Chen stood on the bridge of the Defiance as reports flooded in from every corner of known space. The sleeper network was fully active. The hidden fleet was emerging from deep space. Most importantly, the truth was spreading faster than light itself through quantum communication networks that had been quietly built over 3 centuries. "Shall we announce ourselves?" Torres asked. Chen smiled, thinking of the countless humans who had lived and died in secret, keeping faith with a species the galaxy had written off as extinct. "No need," she said. "History has a way of correcting itself. The Council of Unified Worlds discovered what every empire eventually learns. You cannot erase a people who refuse to be forgotten. They had tried to rewrite history, but history, true history, was written in the DNA of every human child born among the stars, in every act of quiet defiance, in every patient year of waiting for the moment when humanity would reclaim its rightful place among the cosmos. The return had begun not with invasion fleets or declarations of war, but with the simple, terrifying realization that humanity had never truly left at all. They were home.